Nnamdi lost his mom 2 years after his birth, and his father, Ezedike, married a beautiful woman named Akugo after mourning Udoka, Nnamdi's mom, for 2 years. Udoka was kind-hearted, and everyone in the village loved her. She had a farm where she planted vegetables, and every month she shares her produce with her neighbors. Akugo, however, was the exact opposite. She was cruel and ruthless, and only smiles in the presence of Ezedike. The villagers had so much to say about her. The farm that gave produce to friends and neighbors was abandoned by Akugo and left to ruin. Akugo, now in charge of raising Nnamdi, did it with so much hatred and anger. She would bathe him once in 3 days and feed him whenever she felt like. As Nnamdi grew, he was maltreated, sent to run errands all the time. When he doesn't complete his chores, he would be flogged with koboko and starved. Nnamdi would often go to neighbors to eat after being punished when he got so hungry. And one day, Akugo caught him and locked him inside for 5 days. This happened during one of Ezedike's visits to the neighboring village, and Akugo threatened Nnamdi not to utter a word to his father. Akugo tried on several occasions to conceive but failed, and she poured out all her frustrations on Nnamdi. After so many years, Akugo took him and gave birth to a beautiful girl called Ola. Nnamdi loved Ola, but Akugo would send him out whenever he saw Nnamdi playing with Ola. As Ola grew, Akugo wanted Ezedike to have eyes for only her child, Ola. She wanted Ola to be the one to inherit all that Ezedike has, and so she planned to kill Nnamdi. One fateful day, she made a beautiful dish and added poison to Nnamdi's portion. She left the house with instructions to Nnamdi to carry the food in the red plate and not to touch the pot. Soon after Akugo left, Nnamdi went into the farm, which he had now revived, to water it and to weed the grasses before supper. Ola, who was playing outside when her mother gave instructions to Nnamdi, rushed into the kitchen and carried the food in the red plate meant for Nnamdi and ate. As she was eating and humming a tune to herself, Akugo walked in and saw Ola eating the food that she had prepared and poisoned for Nnamdi. She screamed and fell on the floor as Ola wondered, "What is happening to my mother?" Shortly after, Ola started feeling pains in her tummy and cried out to her mother, "Mother, help me." Her mother, who was in turmoil, ran to her child and held her in her arms and was shaking her and saying, "What have you done? What have you done? What have you done?" Soon after, Nnamdi walked in after hearing screams, and Akugo shouted at him, "You have killed my only child." Ola struggled to breathe and died in her mother's arms. Akugo was uncontrollable. She wailed, and all the neighbors gathered and asked her what happened, but she could not find the right words to say what happened. Upon Ezedike's return, he sought for answers from Akugo and Nnamdi, and upon Akugo's confession, Ezedike sent her away from his house, as she was wicked and evil at heart.